What if the reason you struggle with certain relationships, or why you can't seem to shake a feeling of anxiety, isn't a flaw in your personality? What if it's the quiet echo of an old wound you never even knew you had? We often think of trauma as something big and catastrophic. But for many of us, it's a series of smaller, quieter moments. A childhood where your feelings were constantly dismissed, a relationship that subtly chipped away at your self-worth, or a period of intense stress that you just had to push through. These experiences can leave invisible scars, shaping your reactions and decisions today in ways you don't even realize. Here are the signs you might be carrying the weight of an emotional wound, even if you can't pinpoint a single traumatic event. Number 1, you have extreme emotional reactions to minor problems. Does a little bit of constructive criticism from your boss feel like a devastating personal attack? Does a friend canceling plans send you into a spiral of feeling rejected and abandoned? This isn't you being too sensitive. It's a sign that a small, present-day event is triggering a much larger, unresolved emotion from your past. The psychology behind this is fascinating. Your brain creates neural pathways based on experience. If you grew up in an environment where mistakes were met with harsh punishment or intense disappointment, your brain learned that mistake equals danger. Now, as an adult, even a tiny error can activate that same primal fear response. Your nervous system doesn't distinguish between the past threat and the present, much smaller one. It just floods your body with the same old panic, anger, or shame. Imagine you're at work and you realize you made a small typo in an email to a client. For someone else, it's a minor annoyance. For you, your heart starts pounding, your palms get sweaty, and you're filled with a sense of impending doom. You're not just reacting to the typo. You're re-experiencing the terror you felt as a child when you brought home a B+ instead of an A, and faced a wall of parental disappointment. Your reaction is disproportionate because the emotion belongs to a much bigger, older wound. Number 2, you are a chronic people pleaser. Do you find it almost physically painful to say no? Do you constantly go above and beyond for others, even at your own expense, terrified of causing the slightest inconvenience or disappointment? This isn't just you being a nice person. It's a deeply ingrained survival strategy. For people who experienced emotional neglect or grew up in an unstable environment, learning to anticipate and meet the needs of others was a way to feel safe. It was a way to earn love, avoid conflict, or simply not be a burden. Your own needs, feelings, and desires were pushed aside because you learned that the key to survival was to keep everyone else happy. This pattern becomes so automatic that you don't even question it. Think about a time a friend asked you for a huge favor on a weekend when you were already exhausted and overwhelmed. Every part of you screamed, "I can't," but the words that came out of your mouth were, "Of course, no problem at all." The fear of them being upset with you, even for a moment, outweighed your own desperate need for rest. This isn't kindness, it's a form of self-abandonment rooted in a past where your worth felt conditional on your usefulness to others. Number 3, you often feel numb or detached from your life. Have you ever felt like you're just going through the motions? Like you're watching your life from behind a glass wall, disconnected from your own feelings and the people around you? This emotional numbness, known as dissociation, is one of the most subtle but profound signs of an unprocessed emotional wound. When an experience is too overwhelming for the mind to handle, the brain has a clever defense mechanism: it emotionally checks out. It creates a distance between you and the painful feeling as a way to protect you. The problem is, the brain can't selectively numb only the bad feelings. When it numbs pain, it often numbs joy, excitement, and connection, too. This can leave you in a persistent state of feeling flat, empty, or like a robot just performing daily tasks. It's like you're at your own birthday party. People are laughing, celebrating you, and you know you should feel happy and loved. But instead, you feel nothing. You're smiling, you're saying thank you, but inside, there's a strange emptiness. It's as if the real you is somewhere else, watching a stranger live your life. This detachment was once a shield, but now it's a barrier preventing you from truly experiencing your own existence. Number 4, you have unexplained physical symptoms. Do you suffer from chronic headaches, constant stomach problems, or a deep, unshakable fatigue that doctors can't seem to explain? While it's crucial to rule out medical causes, these physical symptoms can often be the body's way of screaming what the mind is too afraid to say. This is called somatization. Our minds and bodies are not separate. When emotional energy, like grief, anger, or fear, is suppressed and not processed, it doesn't just disappear. It gets stored in the body, manifesting as physical tension, inflammation, and pain. Your back pain might not just be from sitting wrong, it could be the weight of unspoken responsibilities. Your recurring stomach aches could be the physical manifestation of deep-seated anxiety. Think about that person in your life who always makes you feel tense. Maybe it's a critical family member or a demanding boss. You might notice that after every phone call or meeting with them, you get a splitting headache or your stomach ties itself in knots. You're not consciously thinking, "This person is causing me immense stress." Instead, your body is keeping the score. It's holding onto the emotional tension you're not allowing yourself to express, and it's sending you a physical signal that something is wrong. Number 5, you struggle with trust and sabotage relationships. Do you find it incredibly difficult to let people get close to you? Or, when you do start a relationship that feels good and safe, do you find yourself unconsciously pushing them away? This push and pull with intimacy is a classic sign of a past betrayal or emotional insecurity. If you learned early on that the people who were supposed to care for you were unreliable, critical, or hurtful, your subconscious mind created a core belief: intimacy is not safe. Vulnerability leads to pain. As an adult, you might consciously crave a deep, loving connection, but your unconscious programming is working against you. It's constantly scanning for threats and looking for an exit strategy. Imagine you've been dating someone wonderful for a few months. They are kind, consistent, and communicative. Everything is going perfectly. Then, one day, they take a few hours longer than usual to text you back. Immediately, your mind floods with worst-case scenarios. They're losing interest. I knew it was too good to be true. I need to end this before they hurt me. You might pick a fight over something tiny or become distant and cold, effectively sabotaging the connection to protect yourself from the anticipated, and seemingly inevitable, pain of abandonment. Number 6, you have a relentlessly harsh inner critic. Is there a constant, nagging voice in your head that judges your every move? A voice that tells you you're not smart enough, not attractive enough, or that you're always messing things up? This inner critic isn't just a part of your personality, it's often the internalized voice of a critical parent, teacher, or bully from your past. When we are young and dependent, we don't have the capacity to think, "My parent is being unreasonable." Instead, to make sense of the world, we think, "They are right, and there must be something wrong with me." We absorb their criticism and it becomes our own internal monologue. This voice was once an external threat, but now it lives inside you, continuing the cycle of shame and self-doubt long after the original person is gone. You could accomplish something amazing at work, receiving praise from your entire team. But as you walk away, that voice whispers, "It was just luck. You don't really deserve this. They're going to find out you're a fraud." This voice discounts your successes and magnifies your failures, keeping you trapped in a state of feeling inadequate. It's the echo of an old wound, masquerading as your own thoughts. Number 7, you feel a constant need to be busy. Does the idea of a quiet, unscheduled weekend fill you with a sense of dread? Do you pack your days from morning to night with work, chores, exercise, and social plans, leaving no room for quiet downtime? This compulsion to stay busy is often a sophisticated distraction technique. For a mind carrying unprocessed emotional pain, stillness is dangerous. When you finally stop moving, the feelings you've been successfully outrunning start to catch up. The quiet moments are when the sadness, loneliness, or anxiety you've been suppressing can bubble up to the surface. So, you stay busy. You create a life so full of noise and activity that there's simply no space for those uncomfortable feelings to emerge. Think about the last time you had nothing to do. Did you immediately reach for your phone to scroll? Did you suddenly feel the urge to clean the kitchen even though it was already clean? This isn't about being productive, it's about avoiding silence. The constant motion serves as a buffer, a shield protecting you from having to confront what's really going on inside. It's a sign that you're running from something, even if you don't know what it is. Number 8, you have significant memory gaps. When your friends or family talk about a certain period of your childhood or adolescence, does it feel like a complete blur to you? Do you have large chunks of your own life story that are just missing? While some memory loss is normal, significant gaps can be a powerful sign that your brain has walled off experiences that were too painful to process. This is a profound act of self-preservation. When an event or period of time is emotionally overwhelming, the brain can essentially redact the memories to protect your conscious mind from having to relive them. You don't consciously decide to forget, your brain does it for you. The memories aren't necessarily gone forever, but they are stored away in the unconscious, inaccessible to your everyday awareness. You might be looking through an old photo album and see a picture of yourself on a family vacation from when you were 10. You see the photo, you recognize yourself, but you have zero emotional connection or memory of the event itself. It's like looking at a picture of a stranger. These blank spots in your personal history are often placeholders for experiences your younger self simply couldn't handle, a silent testament to a wound that your mind is still working to protect you from. Recognizing these signs in yourself is not a cause for shame. It's the first, most powerful step toward understanding. These are not personality flaws, they are survival strategies that have outlived their purpose. They are the ingenious ways your younger self managed to get through difficult times. The numbness that now makes you feel empty once protected you from unbearable pain. The people-pleasing that now exhausts you once kept you safe. Remember, this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not a substitute for professional advice. True healing often requires guidance from a trained professional. But awareness is where it all begins. By understanding these patterns, you can start to treat yourself with more compassion. You can begin to see that your reactions are not random, they are messages from your past. And by listening to those messages, you can finally start the journey of giving your adult self the peace and security your younger self always deserved. So, I have a question for you. Which of these signs resonated with you the most, and what is one small, compassionate thought you can offer yourself the next time you notice it happening? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might be the one that helps someone else feel seen and understood.